Warsaw Ghetto Cemetery. We see here thousands and thousands, I think they said 150,000 graves of all the people who lived here pre the war. It was like 1800s. It just shows what a flourishing community they had before the war. They call this Beit HaChaim because this is not really a place of death, it's a place of life. It shows all the lives people had. There's some graves with people putting sakah. It shows they were philanthropists. There's some people who were sofrim and were mohels. Yud Lamed Peretz is here. A lot of famous people, and it just shows how lively this community was. So it's not really a sad place we're visiting. It's more of, you know, we're seeing all the lives here and how really rich and these people that lived in Poland were, and how they really enjoyed life.
When we visited Treblinka, which was only a death camp, not a concentration camp, not a labor camp, it was just solely to exterminate and kill Jewish people. Initially we walked in and we realized that none of the gas chambers or crematoriums were still there.
Shaloni, our tour guide, explained to us that the whole Treblinka was set as a memorial. That there was, instead of the train cars that were there was blocks, and he told us to walk up and down the blocks. And we felt as if we were moving on a train. And you look around and you saw a billion stones, and we're like, why are these stones here? What do they represent? What are they?
The memorial was placed instead of the remains of the gas chambers and crematoriums to represent the 17,000 Jewish towns that had people perish in the Holocaust. We realized, us, the students, that before the Holocaust, before 1940, the Jewish people in Poland had sort of a golden age. There was a flourish of Ashkenaz Jewry. There were yeshivas and shuls, and for instance, we visited Yeshivah Chochmei Lublin, which was founded by Rav Shapiro, who founded and started Daf Yomi. Before we walked to the yeshiva, which is now refurbished, Tzvi Shaloni, our tour guide, gathered us together and told us that we should walk in singing and happy and just laugh and dance and have fun. So we all crowded around each other and we were dancing and singing. Rabbi Prague came in, and it really felt great. I felt like we brought back the Jews from the 1930s and 1940s. This was the day after Treblinka, and it was sort of like a high instead of Treblinka, which was a low. And it was very it was very nice. We were able to put aside all the horror that we just saw in Treblinka and the death camps and the concentration camps, and we were able to relive the moment in the 1930s, which was a golden age. And there, Rabbi Prague gave a shiur.
And the barracks, and it was a very touching experience. These people had their last words here, and you know what, they really didn't know what they were going to. They didn't know that they were going to the gas chambers. They didn't know it was their last moments of life.
I came to Poland originally. I was so nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know what to think. And I'm a very proud Jew, but I was so impressed when I went to Majdanek, and we were in a gas chamber, and the walls were blue. And we were asking, why is it blue? So they explained to us about the cyclone B, which is what they used to kill the Jews with the gas. And I was talking to Rabbi Prague, and Rabbi Prague told me, he goes, Rina, you see, they tried to paint it over so many times, the blue. Every time they try to paint it, the blue still comes up. And that really hit me. I mean, I'm a Jew, I'm a very proud Jew, and as many times as you're going to try to repaint it, as many times as you're going to try and say it didn't happen, I'm here right now and I'm testifying to it, and it's always going to be a part of me.
So we just finished the tour of Majdanek. We just saw the whole camp. I'm actually standing in front of the ashes of the Jews and the people that were killed here in the crematorium. We started off walking to the gas chamber. When I entered, I can't describe the feeling. I didn't want to breathe. My body didn't let me breathe. My throat started getting tight, and you see the Cyclone B stains on the ceiling. It hurt seeing and feeling my brothers and sisters scratching off that wall. One thing that I really took out of it was that humanity failed. You get the ashes. This is what happens. This is the final result of the failure. It's only so much you can do by asking someone to imagine. It's a whole nother thing when you come to see it.
You can't fathom something like this. Just ripping the shoes off little kids who eat. Look at this shoe right here. It's this big.
I have seen Auschwitz. Why did my eyes not get blind? Why did my ears not get deaf? Why did my feet not get lame? Why did it not take away words out of my mouth, nor gestures from my hands? Why did my heart not break? I have seen Auschwitz. I still live and will live on and will never more keep silent about I have seen Auschwitz.
Standing right now in Beer Canal, or if you want to call it Auschwitz II, and we just walked on the Death March. We walked along the train tracks, and I couldn't help but feel fear. Running through my whole body, all I felt was fear.
Just visited all of the gas chambers and the barracks and crematoriums. We were with Giselle, and up until this trip, I really didn't comprehend what 6 million was. It's not a number that you can relate to. You can't understand the atrocities that happen here and what 6 million is.
If they killed one Jew every minute, it would take them 11.5 years to finish this. But it only took them 6. So every 30 seconds, a Jew is being killed. Think about that.
Shalom, let's get out of here.
I've never in my life been so excited to go home, to go to Israel, to go to the Kotel, to go where we're supposed to be.
Right now we're going to Israel, and I'm super pumped, and I'm so excited. I've never been so excited, and I'm just like holding my head high and can't wait.
We're going home!
Yerushalayim, b'mei Rabbi Yameinu, b'mei Rabbi Yameinu, oh you b'nei Yerushalayim.